This guy's hilarious. I've known him for years. You know him too. He's one of the smartest, funniest, most unpredictable comics working right now. Please welcome Greg Giraldo to the stage. Hi, Greggy.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing?
Good. You fucked Morgan too? I thought no, because really, if I had known, I would have fucking never gone there. I thought I smelled gay history professor on you. This is weird. It's very funny back there. This has been fun. You guys are all you're talented young comedians. Boy, oh boy.
Was it someone who said that about you? Like you're still up and coming? What was it?
Yeah, he's been an up and coming comedian for the last 20 years. He's been a young comedian. It does go by fast though, huh? Holy shit.
So have you slept?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't slept that much because I was on the West Coast and I come back and now I have my kids 2 days during the week, which took a lot of legal wrangling for a fucking nightmare. But I have them during the week, and so it's all coming together.
So tell me about this. Now, can I tell the people you're gonna judge Last Comic Standing?
I can't. I signed a confidentiality agreement. Can you tell them? No, I don't want to touch on anything that sensitive, Mark. Can you tell the people?
How the fuck are you going to do it? Did you like that show?
I did it already. No, I never watched the show, but I don't give a fuck. At this point, it doesn't fucking matter. What are we really going to be purists?
No.
This is your stab at it. I mean, what? None of us is going anywhere, so fuck. Oh, Last Comic Standing. Why not?
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Fuck.
Good for you. No, it wasn't a matter of purist.
I would have judged Last Comic skipping. I would have said, oh, this guy's pretty quick. I don't care.
Have you pitched that?
I might. This is how fucked up the business. I didn't even tell you this whole story. I'm doing a pilot for Spike. Things are going very well for me. And so I was pitching this, this pilot, and it had no name attached to it. And then somebody said, well, "What the fuck?" Because you're asking these questions. What the fuck? And I said, "Actually, my friend has a podcast that's call that. So I don't want to do it." They go, "That's a fucking podcast." I go, "I know, but he's my friend. I don't want to do it." And they keep it's like they don't even care. They go, "Yeah, but what the fuck? We want to call it that. It's just a podcast." Yeah. But he's my friend. Yeah, but what does it matter? This is Hollywood. It's television. We'll call it What the Fuck. We'll call it What the Fuck with Marc Maron.
So you shot What the Fuck?
So So What the Fuck, Greg Giraldo. What the Fuck with Greg Giraldo. You can watch after the Ultimate Fighting Championships on Spike. And they actually have been complaining that they wanted to smarten up the show a little, like we were pitching something, and they said, "Well, can you go for a smarter angle?" And I go, "Smarter than Mansers?" They have a fucking show where they ask the question whether you can die from taking too big a shit. They did a half-hour show on that. And these same people are going, "Well, I mean, you are raising some interesting questions, but can you just don't go for the."
Can you?
It turns out they didn't really. Inconclusive.
How aggressive were you able to be at the Last Comic Standing?
Not aggressive at all, because I was very self-conscious to be doing it in the first place, and so we didn't trash anybody except for. And I was nice. We were all of us actually. Kindler's the other judge, who obviously.
That is hilarious. Andy Kindler judging that. That's like him going to hell.
But we tried to be as sincere and good about. I mean,
like you're helping the young guns or what?
No, just telling them fucking trying to be as not because I'm trying to help, but just because I was trying to live with it as much as I could.
Here's your future right here. Have you thought about teaching one of these classes?
You know what? We were just talking about it backstage. I would consider it. Yeah, why not? I'll do fucking anything at this point. It's really, what is the answer anymore?
Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm not even. I don't even. I'm post-cynical, man.
You're post-cynical? I think that someone remember that. That's the new paradigm. Post-cynical.
Yeah, it's like I'm so cynical. It's not cynical anymore.
I fucking like that. Post-cynical. I'm going to call my new show that.
Yeah.
Post-cynical with Marc Maron. That'll sell. And by the way, Drew Carey's doing WTF now on TV. But it stands for Wow, That's Funny. So, I don't think we're going to have any legal battles.
No.
So wait, so these people are on stage, the comics, and you weren't able to go like, "Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. You should stop."
No, it was kind of rough because there were times you wanted to do that, and I'm sure I'm going to look like a douchebag, like, you were good, you're trying. It's good to hear you talk about yourself out there, I should have been more of a dick. But the reality is, you know, the hardest part was not the people that sucked. The hardest part were the people that you've known for years that have been earning a living at comedy, that do well, you know, in the sense of making people laugh.
Right.
But people don't realize that making an audience laugh is not an indicator of funniness necessarily, which is weird. Applauding, on the other hand.
I say that every time I bomb. I say that kind of thing. When they're not paying me to club, I go that, you know.
Thank you, case in point. But no, but it's true. Todd's one of the funniest people on earth, and he bombs almost constantly.
Yeah, I know.
So there are plenty of those guys that suck that have been at it for a long time. They suck. We all know they're not funny, but they fucking kill, you know.
Going, yeah.
And they're coming into the room, and then you got to sit there and like, oh man,
suck it up.
That was hard, you know,
Yeah.
because with most of those guys, we told them they couldn't pass, you know, and then they were in a fucking lobby with some brand new open mic comic that we did pass because they had some funny shit, you know, and it's just got a little bitter and hostile. But for the most part, everybody was all right about it.
I've never watched a show. I have a hard time with contests in general. And it's primarily for that reason, just because number one, I don't like losing, and number two, that like you see these people, there's a sadness factor to it that these people have been working for 20 fucking years, and now this is their big shot.
That's the saddest ones. The guys, the open call ones, because they have days when everybody lines up, and there's people that wait there for 5 days, and they're fucking delusional lunatics, you know, like that. Literally, there was a guy that brought his own porta potty.
A guy online had his own toilet?
He goes, I poop on that. Yeah, he brought his own toilet to stand
How
up.
many contests is that guy entering where that pays for itself at some point?
It's not just...
It's like owning your own pool cue, you know? It's just
Yeah. I think probably even just one 5-day stint outside would, you know, make sense to have your own shitter.
Well, you know, Greg, it's been great seeing you.
Thank you, Mark.
I love you. Greg Giraldo.
Thank you very much.
Todd Barry, Morgan Murphy, Janine. Rest in peace, Greggy. Gonna miss you.